Nowadays, there's no real system, like how do you even get an agent anymore as a band, and what does that mean? Like it's
somebody
crazy.
asked me a little while ago. I mean, and this is just a question for the industry. This isn't a slight on anything or anything, but the question was, what's the role of the agent now? And I know some agents, and it's changing all the time. I mean, we all, a lot of the agents that when I started in '94 are still doing it. So great, awesome. But what is the new role of the agent? Because when you're coming through as an indie kid and you're trying to play shows, the idea was get an agent who would get you on to opening for Age of Electric, or they represented Age of Electric and they, would bring in the new talent and work with the managers to break new talent. And I just wondering what the new role of the agent is now.
Agents are super crucial right now getting to the point of getting an agent is one step, but then building up your value and moving up the priority list of their roster, because they'll have a roster and you start at the bottom of their roster and you got to move up. Agents are the gatekeepers. Agents are crucial. So for instance, if you think of it, developing artists will often tour as an opening act for a priority artist on an agent's roster. Mm-hmm. So because the agent just knows, I'm going to bring this baby band up to a higher level, and basically their percentages off the whole bill because it's all their artists. So they're not giving away to another one. And if they are, they may do a deal with a different agent and say, my band needs to play with this band on your roster, and I will take a band from yours and put it on with mine. So, as that emerging artist, like I remember back in the day coming up, I would go to a band and say, hey, could our band open for yours? And we might have a chance. But now if that band has an agent, there's almost no chance. And like the band doesn't necessarily have the right or ability to say who's going to open for us, because agents figured that out. Then on top of that, a lot of agents have the deals with the festivals. So a lot of the bigger festivals, like the festivals that are in a field, like Coachella or anything like that, it's dealing with the agents, and they've got, like, I know in Canada, for instance, they might do a package deal. Like, we've got this artist in your territory, we can give them to you at this price, and so on. And then that means, like, I remember one year I saw July Talk in almost every festival I went to, and I saw the Sheepdogs at every festival I went to. And you start seeing similar lineups, and it's like, oh, they're moving those artists through territories across Canada as a package. So it's like festival in Alberta equals the same almost lineup as festival in Ontario, and so on. And then as a emerging artist, you're like, hey, can I get on that bill? No, all the slots are taken by the agents. So
and I don't think that's changed much. And the thing is that even at that point, when I was doing shows back in 95, 96 or whatever, when I was promoting shows, it was, hey, you got to take this and this. And then I would get one spot for a local, which is fine. And half the time I have to put my band on it because that's the only way we could get those kind of shows. So it was like, I'll take the tour and then I'll put us on to open up. So that was a lot of fun to be a part of. But then it was crucial in meeting agents and stuff. Now, I see agents of all kinds. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, if I can add one thing to that, though, is the agents are super smart. They're so good at what they do, and I really respect them for it. But where it's even harder is they've planned out farther in advance than what they were before. So right now, for instance, I believe it was last week, Sharon Osbourne put out that she's booking Ozzy's next tour for 2022, because if she doesn't book it right now, there's not even going to be spots available for her to book. So she has to book it.
Scrambling, yeah.
Yeah, but that's how far in advance they are as well. In some of the festivals that I worked with in Europe or friends of, they've already announced their lineup for October next year. And so that's what's also really hard as an emerging artist, is like they let alone half the time don't know what they're doing in the next 6 months, or as opposed to the next 48 months or sorry, 24 months. That they can't even, like, by the time 2022 comes, they're like, oh yeah, we need to do shows. It's like, no, we're booking 2024 now. So that's the thing, is everybody has to think farther in advance right now and plan it out.
Thanks for stopping by, friends, to the Brenton On Tour podcast channel on YouTube. Coffee, music, travel, life, all of those things. One page, lots of guests, lots of chatter. We talk about all of it. If you like it, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment. I'll get back to you. Thanks, friends. See you next time.